Welcome back to Bridge 4 Competitive. I'm Tom, and today is week 2 of the High Roller Draft League. This week we're taking on Joe UX9, who is a force in the VGC community, and we're lucky to play them today. Their team is pretty scary here. It consists of a Coalossal Urshifu Rapid Strike. So a lot kind of going on that they have, as well as Tapu Bulu, Hydreigon, Torracat, Bronzong, Poltegeist, Clefairy, Tornadus Therian, Sandaconda, and the dreaded Pikachu. So we have on our team a Galarian Moltres, Regieleki, Arcanine, Suicune, Comfey, Virizion, Cloyster, Kartana Garchomp, Sigilyph, and Frostlass. This week, we decided to prioritize the Suicune with an Assault Vest as our max candidate, specifically because of the coal, and I think that honestly, it might be a little bit more of an unexpected pick to be the max candidate this week. But Suicune actually does quite a bit of damage and is naturally incredibly bulky. So with Hydro Pump, Blizzard, and Air Slash, we are able to do quite a bit of damage to a lot of Joe's team. And the Assault Vest is going to let us live a couple of those hits, especially if it's a specially invested Coalossal. Kartana this week is coming. I tested with both Regieleki and Kartana and ended up liking Kartana the best, especially if Clefairy gets prioritized with like a Hydreigon. Kartana is really the only way for me to kind of cut through that Clefairy with any kind of consistency. So if we see Clefairy in a couple games, then we definitely want to make sure that we have the Kartana. It is otherwise pretty frail against this team, so it's a little bit of a tough bring for every single game, but again, is a decent answer to some of the stuff Joe has going on. Arcanine is another Pokemon that I think is really good this week and is likely going to come in the lead. With the Intimidate ability, we just have a Flare Blitz, Play Rough, Helping Hand, and Protect. That Helping Hand is going to help some of that damage output because Suicune is so naturally bulky, but it lacks a little bit of damage output. So Arcanine is going to help that out a little bit. Comfey is the next mon, very supportive overall. Making sure that we can keep the speed tier if we need to with Trick Room, but also provide Floral Healing, and then just the priority Draining Kiss and Giga Drain are really good against various different modes that Joe has, specifically that Urshifu, that Comfey can really put in quite a bit of work against as well. It is able to take that Surging Strikes with that Citrus Berry tested out. We're able to actually take 2 different Surging Strikes from that Urshifu with that Citrus Berry once it procs and once we gain health back from a Draining Kiss. Also, with Clefairy being on the team, the triage ability from Comfey, actually the move priority of the healing moves actually outspeeds the Clefairy's Follow Me. So we're able to kind of get through the Follow Me a little bit with the Clefairy because of Comfey. So Comfey being here is going to put a little bit of pressure on, hopefully. Garchomp is just an extremely strong mon this week. With a Rocky Helmet, I feel like with some of the physical attackers that are going to want to hit it, this is just a really good item to just get a little bit more chip damage, especially with the Rough Skin ability. Can just put in a little bit of extra work. We just have Stomping Tantrum, Dragon Claw, Swords Dance, and Protect. I feel like there may be turns and opportunities within this matchup that Garchomp can safely set up a Swords Dance. So we'll see if that comes into play. Last but not least, we have Galarian Moltres. I think this is pretty niche depending on what they bring. Don't love it overall in this matchup, but I think that against something like a Trick Room package, Bronzong, etc., the Galarian Moltres just does quite a bit of damage into that mode should they bring it. So just a pretty standard setup with a weakness policy on the Galarian Moltres. That said, we are going to cut over to the match when we connect up with Joe. All right, so there's a Tapu Bulu, there's a Torracat, there's our Cole and Urshifu. Hydrate. So this is what we kind of expected to see. Here's the lead that we like. We like the Suicune and the Arcanine. I think this does extremely well into this. I also think that for game one, I do like the Comfy, and I do like the Garchomp. And depending on what we see, if they don't go Coalossal, then potentially Kartana can come in game two. But I actually do like leading out with the Garchomp in this matchup here. In testing, it actually did pretty well, and especially in the late game, it can come in and do some pretty good damage. Unfortunately, the thing that hits Hydreigon the best does not hit. Thing that hits Hydreigon the best does not hit Clefairy at all. So they lead Coalossal here. And I am going to just max Geyser. I don't think there's any reason to do anything else other than that. Maybe just switching Garchomp. Okay, so there's the Geyser that actually does quite a bit of damage. Aha, there's the Bulu. Okay. So we see all four Mons. There is no Hydreigon. I think we just... Ooh, that's going to be a max Bulu, isn't it? I think we just Swords Dance with that Garchomp. Ooh, there goes the Coal. Attacks. Sword Dances. Hailstorm into the Coal. That's a little unfortunate. We do get our Swords Dance off, though. Okay. It's playing around very well. I think we just gotta hit the Coal. And I think we're just gonna Stomping Tantrum into the Torracat. There we go. There's the GMAX, Max Guard, Stomping Tantrum. We see how much that can actually do. Man, they really stalled out our Max here. Very nicely danced around. I think that there's no world in which we don't just double down. Yeah. So we knock out the Torracat. We proc their steam engine, which is fine, and their policy. The Volcalith does damage, sure. So Comfy is really good into the Urshifu, obviously late. I think that we need to Scald here. And we're going to Stomping Tantrum. Alright, so that does knock us out. The Close Combat also knocks us out. So that's pretty tough to take. Oof. Alright. What are we doing against this Coal? So Coal is now down. Shuka. So we can actually take... We should be able to take that. So let's just knock out the Urshifu. So we knock out the Urshifu. Or not. Yeah, I think we go down here in game one. I don't think we can beat that. Well, we know how they're playing around with Coal, and that is pretty interesting. There's really not much that we're doing here. All right, we're just going to try and knock out the Bulu. Okay. A little bit of information. Fine. So we lose here. Yeah. Okay. It's Coalossal. We need to be a little bit more careful with. Suicune is the answer. They know what our plan is. I still think Arcanine's the best option here. We need to target better. Comfy is still extremely good. I actually like our 4, I think. I think that's still my best lead with the Arcanine and the Suicune. Comfy is still really good against the Hydreigon, but not so much really against the package that was brought. Yeah, it's fine. Turn the timer on if you'd like. Just thinking through. Let's just do it. Let's go. There's the Hydreigon and the Torracat. Excellent, excellent. So the Torracat is something that I never really think of necessarily. I think we're just going to try and knock that Hydreigon out. Freaking protects. He's reading into these plays extremely well. There's the parting shot into the Urshifu. So I'm actually going to bring in Comfy instead of Arcanine. And I'm going to Airstream the Urshifu. We live this. 2, back up. 3, 42%. So he is pretty heavily invested into that Urshifu. Perfect. So that's decent. So we're going to Draining Kiss. And so the Bulu gets maxed here. It's not surprising at all. And it's Assault vested. So that's a big hit. Oof. We take those. We're going to Draining Kiss into the Hydreigon. And we are in Hail. So we're just going to Blizzard. It's fine. That's still going to do something, right? Resisted. There's the Knuckle. Ooh, Comfy survives that. Taken out by the hail, but it did survive. All right, so we're going to bring Arcanine in here. Excellent. And just going to Flare Blitz. And we are going to Scald. All right. Bulu still takes that. That is incredible. Sheesh. Jeez. Yikes. We have Garchomp still. Hydreigon, Bulu, Torracat. Hydreigon, Bulu, Torracat. Let's just Helping Hand Blizzard. We got a double hit. Sure. Missed. Not great. Horn Leech. Oh, we should have knocked that thing out. Okay, Garchomp. Hold on. We're going to Flare Blitz, and we're going to Dragon Claw. God damn it. Still alive. Double Protect. See what they do. Stall out. We have neither won nor lost this match yet. So perfect. All right. So I think that we need to I think we're just going to play rough and we're going to Dragon Claw. We just need to make sure that thing goes down. Dragon Claw, make sure that it goes down. Great. Play rough. Great. Torracat. Overheats. Knocks that out. Great. Oh, nice. And we got Stomping Tantrum. So, easy. That's fine. All right. So we take game 2. GG's. And we go to game 3. Look, have fun. All right, we got Suicune. Kind of gave away the tech a little bit here. All right, Garchomp for sure. I actually like Comfy again. I'm just sticking with these 4. I really do think it's the most consistent. All right, so we see a change up here, which is good. We see Clefairy. All right, let's see here. Comfy in, and we're just going to max water. Helping Hand, sure. So the Surging Strikes once again does exactly what we thought it was going to do, which allows. Sure, Comfy lives. So Comfy lives that 100% of the time. So Clefairy is going to get hit here. Or do we? We just leave. I think we're going to Draining Kiss into the Urshifu. Then we can should be able to take a second one. Oof, no, we can't. There's the Surging Strike. So Comfy is out. But Clefairy is also out, which is pretty nice. And we can possibly get Garchomp set up here. There's Bulu. I'm going to try and knock that Urshifu out. I'm going to definitely try and knock that Urshifu out there with that. And damn it. Hold on. Airstream, Urshifu. That makes me faster. Surging Strikes. Oh my God. And that allows me to I guess we're just going to Stomping Tantrum. Okay, so we're faster. There's the Horn Leech. Sure. Would have actually been a really good Swords Dance turn, and I wonder if that messes me up at all. So we are in the rain. No, I think they want to do that again, right? So it's just kind of like another Swords Dance option. Swords Dance, Woodhammer. Yeah, it's a strong Woodhammer. All right, we're down to our last two Mons here. We are unfortunately in the rain, so it's not like great. Hydreigon's definitely going to protect here. Or Max. I don't know. Like, Hydreigon, I would have a hard time believing that thing's not going to protect. Dragon Claw. Should have protected again. Overgrowth knocks not us out, so that's good. All right. Hydreigon's out. Flare Blitz does really good damage. Oh, we burned it. Overgrowth. Oh, the burn is bad for them. The burn is really, really bad for them. So we kind of have to. Hold on, let's think about this. Because Surging Strikes is going to hit. We're just going to go there. And we're going to go there and there. I think this is pretty bad. Oof. Okay. Flare Blitz knocks out. Urshifu is alone. So we can play rough. And we can Dragon Claw. Like, I think either one of these knocks out. Oh, burn. GG's to Joe. 3 games set, and we take it. So we are 1-1 in the High Roller Draft League. What a great match. Joe is an amazing competitor. Everyone should definitely go check them out if you haven't already. Well, if you haven't checked them out and you're checking me out, that's a little bit odd. They're definitely a great name in the VGC community right now. Make sure to check Joe out. We'll see you guys later. We'll do a little bit of a wrap up and recap before we end. After watching that back, obviously the burn at the end really did matter. What we could have done, though, is actually protected the turn before. When I actually called out, I thought that their Hydreigon was going to protect. There was no reason for me to swing in. I could have just protected both of my Pokemon. At that point, the Tapu Bulu would not have done that much damage to the Garchomp, and I probably would have been able to take that second turn anyways. But we definitely got the burn from the Arcanine on the Tapu Bulu that really did make a difference in the game. I'm not going to say I apologize for the RNG there, but it certainly did roll in my favor. So again, GG's to Joe. What I did notice in game 1 is that Joe did an excellent job of pivoting around. I really had a good plan to really take out that Coalossal with that Suicune and try and catch Joe off guard. That obviously didn't happen. Joe was ready for it and pivoted around very, very well. And the more that I watched that, I probably watched that battle 4 or 5 times, trying to figure out how I got into such a bad end game position. There were a few times where their switch-ins, if I really would have thought about it, were a little bit more obvious. Or saying it a different way, the plays that I made, the moves that I swung in with, were very obvious and made it very conducive to a good switch-in. So excellent job to Joe on that one. I knew coming out of game 1 that I was a little bit all over the place with my targeting, so I'm glad I was able to rein that back in for game 2. In game 2, When I helping handed and then blizzard, that was kind of a misplay. The hail was over, so there was really no reason for me to take that risk. It ended up working out because the Tapu Bulu did target down the Suicune, and I was able to target that down the next turn. But there was really no reason for me not to just take that Tapu Bulu out with a Flare Blitz to begin with. So that would have left my Suicune alive and probably left me in even a cleaner position to take that game too. Otherwise, that game was played from my side pretty cleanly. And then in game three, I actually missed an opportunity to Sword Stance on turn three. However, was able to actually do the Swords Dance the very following turn. I really kind of figured that they were going to do something with that Urshifu. It was not in great position. So they switched out that Urshifu, which made sense and gave me the opportunity to Swords Dance the next turn. So I think those are a few notes that I made for myself, really just to make myself play better. Overall, though, I do want to thank the squad, Carne Asada, Tom, Hayden, as well as the guys from Bridge 4, Mike and Blaine, for the prep help for this week, and for Bridge 4 competitive and for the High Roller Draft League. We are now 1-1, and we'll see you guys in the next video next week.